So the release of Black Ops Cold War is just around the corner. With that being said, I like to rank all the COD Zombies maps. So this will be every COD Zombies map ranked from worst to best. This includes every map from World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Exo Zombies, BO3, IW, World War II Zombies, and BO4 Zombies. So a few rules. First off, the survival maps on Transit and the Tortured Path will be counted as their own maps. Secondly, I have two words that I'm bringing back from my first hot takes video, those being opinion and subjective. If you disagree with this list, comment down below and let's have a nice little debate about it. But trust me, nobody will agree with this list. But this is actually how I feel about these Zombies maps, so I hope you guys do enjoy. And with that being said, there will be 50 maps we have to rank in total, so this will be a very long video. Grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and let's jump straight into the number 50th spot. So coming in at the number 50th spot, the worst map of all time is Origins. Now I really don't know why people like this map. This map is a fetch quest mess. The bad thing is, the stabs aren't even that fun to play with. The Panzer is annoying, the map is way too big, Origins is just an awful... You know what, I can't continue this. See, I was trying to like bait you guys, but it just hurts my soul to say something like this about Origins. So let's jump straight into the actual number 50 spot, which will be Tagged or Toten. Now this is for real. This map is horrible. Everything from the Victus crew being the worst they've ever been in any map, to them just recycling literally every single thing about this map. Everything from the shield, to Pack-a-Punch, to the wonder weapons, to it being the 5th straight remake that we have gotten. The 5th one in a row. This is a little spoiler, but I love Call of the Dead. So seeing what a catastrophe this map is just makes me hate it even more. The only cool things about this map are the George Romero tribute, which could have been something better than just 500 points and glasses sitting on the table, by the way. And the ending of the Ether storyline. Yes, the ending of Ether is good. Wonder weapons feel like cheap pieces of plastic that you would buy from Toys R Us. People say this map fixed a lot of problems with BO4 Zombies, for an example, Golden Pack-a-Punch, and that doesn't make the map good in my eyes. Everything that BO4 did wrong shouldn't have been a thing to begin with. This is the only COD Zombies map that I truly hate. I can at least find a way to have fun on any other Zombies map, but this map I will most likely never play again. Coming into the number 49 spot is the Darkest Shore. This map is not as bad as Tagged or Toten, but it's still really bad. This is by far the worst non-Treyarch map, from the fog to the moisturers. World War II Zombies sticking with the non-solo friendly Easter eggs. This map just is not good. Like seriously, who thought it was a good idea to make the player get a moisture spawn that is a 3-hit with the Ripsaw at the very least? And God help you if you're not running frontline with Vicious. And on top of that, the moisture spawn isn't even charged every time. If you get screwed by RNG, you would not have a fun time playing this map. One thing that is good about this map though are the high rounds. Camping by Pack-a-Punch is so fun to grind levels and just have a fun time. Can't tell you why, but it kind of reminds me of Camp Glendy Catwalk on Der East. Another really good thing about this map is the boss fight, except for the U-boat pen section. This is one of the only boss fights that I have to pay attention to at all times, and that's what a boss fight should be. It should not be easy. Coming in next, we have Across the Depth / USS Mount Olympus, or whatever you want to call the second map from the Tortured Path DLC. Now when I first played the Tortured Path, I really liked the other two maps, but this map I cannot stand. If you ask me, this is like a worse Voyage of Despair. The layout of the map is horrible, the perk location of this map are in such bad spots that it's almost impossible to get a perk mid-round. And this Easter egg is the worst that's on the Tortured Path, and it's not even close. Why do we have to escort a fish, carry 3 batteries around a map that you walk slow as hell with? And that's basically the Easter egg. I will say though that the last part of the Easter egg is really fun. The little low grav section where I think you're underwater and you get a recap of what happened so far in the storyline. That's a really cool section. But other than that, this map is horrible and I cannot see myself playing this anytime soon. Now coming up next we have Carrier from Exo Zombies. Now for some ungodly reason, people like this map and I just don't know why. After the ballsy mid-season plot twist by killing Oz, they had the opportunity to grab the community in and just make a great map, and they failed miserably. Now it is an Exo Zombies map, so obviously the Easter egg is really bad. And as far as the high rounds go for this map, just like every other Exo Zombies map, it's almost unbearable to play because of the EMZ zombies. And who thought it was a good idea to make you have to play Search and Destroy in the middle of a game of zombies? Just randomly throughout the rounds, you will get Atlas soldiers to spawn somewhere across the map. You have to kill them and defuse the bomb in time, and if you don't, then it's going to put Manticore gas all over the place. You'll get infected by the Manticore gas if you stay there. Now if that's in your training area, if you don't get there in time, sucks to be you, you have to wait around. This map overall is just not good. The only things that are cool about this map are the teleportation grenades and the Plinko board. Also, the guns they added like the Ohm and the M1 irons, those are cool too. But other than that, that's it. This map is bad. Next up is the Extinction Killer itself.
The beast from beyond.
Now I love the Mephistopheles boss fight, but I'm not counting that as part of this map. We're talking about the pure catastrophe that is the Beast from Beyond. Similar to the Darkest Shore, this map has nothing to do in terms of side Easter eggs, but unlike the Darkest Shore, this map is just straight horrible for high rounds. This map tries to do what Revelations did, but it just straight up fails. You throw almost every special enemy at you from every other map in this game. But it doesn't work because all the special enemies have counters that play into other enemies' strong points. For example, if you see a slasher, you want to run away, but if you run away, a ninja zombie will teleport on top of you and do 2 hits worth of damage. If you play past round 20, you are not going to have a fun time, trust me. The Easter egg is very simple, but very bad, because they were focusing on the Mephistopheles boss fight, and that's pretty obvious. This boss fight belongs in World War II Zombies because of how poorly scripted it is for solo. I like how they brought the Venom X back, but could you make a worse side quest to unlock it? Here's a side note, since we're kicking Extinction while it's down, they completely changed how the cryptids work from Extinction onto this map. Oh, and by the way, did I mention that this map ruined the Extinction story? Now coming in next, we have a survival transit map, and that is Farm. This map just isn't fun to play whatsoever. You just hit the box and play until you die. Yes, there's perks, but it's not fun. Yes, there's perks, but who actually wants to play this map? This is easily the worst part of transit, and overall, the worst transit survival map. Speaking of which, the next map is Bus Depot. At least this map has a decent training and camping spot. Other than that, it's a bare bones map with only a mystery box. If you're into a map that literally all you have to do is kill zombies, you might like this, but if you like something to do in your zombies games, these 2 maps are not for you. Speaking of maps that aren't for me, I'm sorry Johnny J, but the next map is Die Rise. Now I just don't see why people like this map. The layout is horrible, and then you have the PhD troll. Keep in mind that if PhD was on this map, it would be a crutch perk in most scenarios. So that's a kick to the balls right there. It's a Victus map, so of course the Easter egg is horrible and it requires 4 players to complete it. The perks in the Pack-a-Punch are in the worst possible locations. And no, the elevator key does not make this okay. However, I do enjoy how the Nova Crawler ripoffs give a free perk if you have 100% accuracy. Speaking of perks, I actually kind of like Who's Who. It just sucks that the only map that it's on is one of the worst maps for it to be on, if that makes sense. I really like the Sliquifier. It's really fun to use. However, Jimmy Zielinski was just pulling out every single troll that he possibly could with this map. And put a wonder weapon that makes you slide everywhere on a map that makes it so easy for you to just slide off the map. Next up we have Shaolin Shuffle. Now there's one big problem with this map. If you guys played this map, you know exactly what this flaw is. Now I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds to try and guess what this one big flaw is. If you said Ninja Zombies, congratulations, you're correct. This map would be so fun without the Ninja Zombies, or at least without them being such a nuisance. The Katana and Chi abilities are super fun to use. Now the Easter egg is not fun and the Rat King is a joke if you bring in the Reaver with the Smart Shot sight. This map's enjoyability and replayability are massively dragged down because of the Ninja Zombie. If the Ninja Zombies were not on this map, it would be such a better map. Coming in next we have Beneath the Ice / Altar of Blood, or whatever you want to call the third and final map for the Tortured Path DLC. When I was playing this map, I found myself enjoying World War II Zombies again after the catastrophe that was the second map in this DLC. This map's Easter egg is surprisingly easy and simple. Trust me, that's a nice breath of fresh air after playing the first 2 maps. The Sword of Barbarossa is super fun to use, and now that I think about it, World War II Zombies does a great job with its melee weapons. Super cool, really unique, and really fun to use. I've never even heard of this map's boss before, which is the Guardian, which that was really cool after facing the Brenner and the Stadtjäger from the first 2 maps. Overall, this is a map that wrapped up a very controversial yet innovative DLC. Next up we have Burger Town from Exo Zombies. Now this map is shit, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. With what just might be the worst wonder weapon that we have ever had in a zombies map. Magnetron is a really good idea, but it just sucks so much. Speaking of sucking, oh fuck, that was the worst transition ever. We have the Easter egg. It's the second worst Easter egg in Exo Zombies, but yet it's still miles better than Carriers. Now obviously, it makes no sense at all. But this Easter egg comes with the best reward we've ever gotten in zombies, and that is Bubby coming to life and just beating the shit out of every zombie in sight. Now let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? The escort challenges and toxic gas zones are really annoying, but you can actually play around them. And yes, disabling power for not doing an escort mission is ridiculous. Although having escort missions in a zombies map overall is stupid. At least the map coming soon didn't punish their players with this bullshit. Coming in next, we have Kino der Toten, the single most overrated and boring zombies map that we have ever had. There's little to nothing fun about this map. All there is to do is turn on the power, grab your perks, hit the mystery box, and pack a punch. Now, trust me, I don't have a problem with there being little to do in a zombies map besides kill zombies. Spoiler alert, I love Der Riese and Grossenhaus. What the difference between those two maps in Kino is, on Der Riese and Grossenhaus you can train or camp pretty much anywhere. And on Kino you have the stage, which is extremely boring, and if you're a more advanced player you have the fire trap room. It doesn't help that this map looks like shit too. Black Ops 3 fixed this, but it got rid of the rundown-esque vibe of what Kino der Toten is supposed to be. Now coming in next we have Classified, yet again a map where the only thing to do is kill zombies with minimal training or camping areas. Now I used to despise this map, and don't get me wrong, I still don't like it, but it's grown on me a little bit. Now it's a BO4 remaster, so of course it gave a giant middle finger to not only the players that like the map, but also the original map itself. Alright, let me just say what I like about this map real quick. The Winter's Howl is really good. I love using the Winter's Howl on this map. I also like how there's something for high round players to unlock. That's about it. There's a lot of bad things with this map, but I'm just gonna state a couple real quick. First off, the Pack-a-Punch setup. This isn't really a problem in the community's eyes. However, I find this to be one of the most tedious Pack-a-Punch setups in zombies history. This is one of the most boring and tedious things I've done since unlocking the Skull of Nensopway. That alone makes me want to stop playing the map because of how annoying it is. Also, where is the Pentagon Thief? I know they tried to explain why he's not there, but why would you take out the best part about the original map? I did say I liked how there was something for high round players to achieve, but I didn't say I liked the cutscene. The cutscene is horrible. And here it is, I know you guys have been waiting for it. The next map is Transit. Now I know some of you guys are saying, why is Transit above Kino? Are you crazy? Hey, guess what? It's called an opinion. Learn to accept them. But in all seriousness though, this is one of the worst maps ever made. Horrible gameplay and the start of an average at best story in the Victus crew. But I give Transit the benefit of the doubt. This map was truly ahead of its time. Now I know some of you guys are saying, just because it's ahead of its time doesn't mean you can't critique it. And you're right, but most people's problems with the map are easily avoidable. Bus is never there to escort you around the map. Grow a pair of balls and manually travel everywhere. Denizens are annoying. Pull out a turbine and knife at the right time to insta-kill any denizen. Pack-a-Punch is too hard to set up. Place a turbine at the 74 UWB and it'll work. If the turbine has an AoE effect, this opens the Pack-a-Punch and gives you a lot more time to get there. The fog is annoying? Yeah, I can't defend that one. You're right there. And don't even get me started on how much fun Public Match is. It's up there with Origin with how much fun Public Match is on Transit, albeit for different reasons. Now I'm not saying this map is perfect, hence why it's this low on the list. But people definitely hate on it way too much. And I can still hop on today and just have fun on this map with a bunch of brainless players. Speaking of brainless, the next map is 9. I say brainless because Treyarch thought it was a good idea to enemy spam the fuck out of you. Seriously, this map has 8 special zombies. 8 special zombies. Those being the Gladiators, the Brawlers, the Tigers, the Blightfathers, and the 4 Catalyst zombies. Keep in mind that all of these special enemies can spawn in at once, and there could be multiple of them on the playing field except for the Blightfather. However, that's not the main problem I have with this map. That would be the Easter egg. Some steps are cool, like the Infinite Specialist one, but for every cool step you have a step like go inside the temple and find one skull that's different from the other 500 in that room. It doesn't help that to do the first step of the Easter egg you have to wait until round 17, and there's not even a workaround like there is on Blood of the Dead. Round 17 is the earliest that you can start this Easter egg. Top all that off with a boring boss fight that's so easy to beat that most players could probably beat it with one hand tied behind their back, and you're in for a lackluster map that could have been so much more. Now next up we have Shi No Numa. This is one of the maps where I prefer the Chronicles version over the original. With the updated graphics and BO3's weapon variety, it's not hard to have fun on this map. There's a couple really good training spots, but there's really no good spot to camp on this map. And like I said, I like a zombies map that you can do basically whatever the hell you want to. Another thing I don't like is the randomized perk system. That is really annoying. It doesn't work like how it does on Nuketown. Say for example, you're going for a high round on this map, and you need to keep one door closed. What if that one door that you need to keep closed has Juggernaut behind it? You're either forced to restart or you have to just say screw it and open the door, buy a jug, and find somewhere else to do your high round. Also, I really couldn't find a good spot to insert this, but high rounds on Water War are so fun to do. Next up we have Nocturne Toad. If this was just the Water War and Black Ops 1 versions, this might be higher, because I really like those two versions. But the Black Ops 3 version is just horrible. The dev team thought it would be funny to make the zombie spawns even slower than they were on Water War and Black Ops 1. Yeah, good job Tarek, this was real funny the first time I played the map. But after that, the map just feels so slow paced that it's hard to get immersed into the map. On top of that, the Gobblegums, unlike just about every other Zombies Chronicles map, do nothing but hurt the gameplay for this map. I know it seems like I'm only talking about the BO3 version, but that's because the other two versions aren't that good. They're just there, really. Yes, I said I like them, but I don't like them to the point where I'm gonna give them praise. This map is fun to play the first game or two, but after that, the sense of nostalgia really starts to wear off, and the sense of boredom really starts to kick in. Next up is the Frozen Dawn. I've never played this map until just recently, and in my eyes, it's a makeshift Ancient Evil. Wonder weapons are super fun to use, but this map just doesn't flow too good. I admit I've never went for high rounds on this map, but I can imagine they're not that fun. Speaking of not fun, we have the Easter egg. I know, who would have thought? All you have to do for this Easter egg is fill up approximately 49 soul boxes, then upgrade the wonder weapons, then you're in the boss fight. Although this may be a good thing because past the final rank, World War II Zombies really forgot how to make a good Easter egg. Into the Storm from the Tortured Path DLC is next. I really like this map. Maybe in the future I might even say that I love this map. But what makes this map so good? Well, for starters, the Easter egg is not too bad. All you have to do is build a zombie on a windmill, fill it up with souls, and escort him and charge his battery. That's not that bad. It's kind of fun. Although it does have an escort step, it's not too bad, especially if you have the 9mm Sap or the Fliegerfaust. But where this map shines is its atmosphere. It's so fucking unique. I love it. The atmosphere of this map really sucks me in with the rainy, abandoned vibe this map tries to give off, and it nails it. This is the best map in the Tortured Path DLC, and overall it's a pretty decent map, but it can't be any higher than this. Nuketown Zombies is next, and I gotta say, this map gets hated on way too much. People bitch about the random perks, but it's kind of fun. It adds variety to this map, which this map desperately needs. But it actually helps you get better at zombies. For example, if you're a bad player like me and you don't get Jug until round 20, it forces you to pay attention to the zombies every move since you only have 2 hits. There's really not much else to talk about other than there's no wonder weapon besides the Ray Gun Mark 1 and Mark 2, but this map literally has nothing to do but kill zombies. Outbreak from Exo Zombies is next, and there's not much for me to say. It's basic yet fun. The map layout is the best we've seen in Exos, which isn't saying much, but it's still nice. But it's still far from perfect. In this map we meet our crew, and we meet the best character in Zombies history on this map. And with that, the Easter egg is pretty fun. Easter egg can be done really fast. I think 13 minutes is my fastest solo time I have. But the things stopping this map from being much higher are the high round. Just like every other Exo Zombies map, the high rounds are ruined from one thing and one thing only, those being the EMZs. These wouldn't be that big of a deal if they didn't spawn so often, or at least if there was like a perk or weapon to make them fodder. But there's no counter to them, and they disrupt high round gameplay from ever being good. Speaking of which, we have the last map from Exo Zombies, Descent. Easily the best Exo Zombies map. There's a lot this map does good, but it still does not fix the key flaws of Exo Zombies. Let's talk about the good real quick, shall we? For starters, the Easter egg. For some reason, a lot of people do not like this Easter egg, but this is one of my favorite Easter eggs ever. From the EMZ step onward, it's really fun. From unlimited grenade rounds, to doing parkour, to an RPG only round, this map has such a fun Easter egg. But like I said, the EMZ stopped this map from being anything great. The atmosphere is really nice too, taking place at the Trident Retreat while it's raining. This is probably the closest we'll ever get to an Atlantis map. You know, Chaos could have done it and pulled it off, but we just had to fucking continue Ether. The Shadow Throne is up next, and this map could have been so much better if they just got rid of the Sizzlers. As far as I know, there's no way to take them out of the map after forcefully spawning them in when you unlock Pack-a-Punch. The Easter egg is definitely one of the worst World War II Zombies has to offer. Like seriously, all jokes aside, fuck that save step. However, this map did have a couple cool steps, like the Smuggler step. I thought that was super cool and super unique. Speaking of which, you have the boss fight, which I really like as well. Fighting the Stadtjäger on a blimp, this is by far the best boss fight in this game. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm telling you, If the Sizzlers were not a thing in this map would probably be in the top 15 somewhere. Ascension is up next, and again, it's just kind of there. I like the Gersh device and the Matryoshka dolls, and also really like the black and white or noir filter, whatever you want to call it. I really like how it starts off like that at the beginning of the game. Also, Abracadabra is the best Easter egg song ever made, and you cannot debate that. The Screamo aside, this song is perfect. Why did they bring back the Thunder Gun? It made more sense being on this map, but since it was on Kino, they should have just made a new Wonder Weapon and put that on Ascension. They should have brought a new Wonder Weapon to Ascension. Like, gee, I don't know, a good Scavenger maybe, and take the Scavenger off of Call of the Dead? But why don't you implement a Wonder Weapon that requires PhD Flopper to use it on the map that introduced PhD Flopper? I just think that would make sense. Once again, unfortunately, there's really no good camping spots on this map. I can kind of let that slide though, because there's enough training areas on this map to have an 8-player lobby and then every single person train in a different training area and you will be okay. This map's Easter egg is cool for being the first one ever, but come on, you gotta admit, it's pretty whack. Speaking of whack, the next map is Garage Crovy. Oh fuck, I know people are not gonna like this. Garage Crovy is easily the worst BO3 map. This map does not suit my style of playing zombies whatsoever. Spoiler alert, some of the best maps ever, like their Eisendrache for example, cater to every type of player, but this map doesn't. Okay, so my main problem with this map is the Easter egg. This is one of the worst Easter eggs I've ever done. You guys are probably sick of me comparing maps to other maps at this point, but like Blood, it's great in terms of storytelling, don't get me wrong. The reason I hate this Easter egg is because of the gameplay itself. Then you gotta do the code cylinder step, which by the way, you have to have a guide or a cheat sheet of some kind to do that every single time. I refuse to believe a single person on this earth has that code cylinder step memorized. Then you gotta do the 6 challenges, 2 of which are escort steps. And if you don't like using OP Gobblegums, then it sucks to be you because you kind of need them. I know if you use the Ray Gun Mark III, it's kind of doable, but who wants to have to use a certain weapon to do the Easter egg? Also, I don't like the nuke step either. I don't like the fact that everyone goes down if one person in your game accidentally hits the wrong button. But don't get me wrong, the boss fight on this map is amazing. Let's talk about the high rounds because believe it or not, Easter eggs do not make or break a map for me. When a weapon on this map starts dropping off in the 40s, you have to start using AATs, and if you don't like using AATs, then guess what? You can't get round 100 or pass on this map. Side note, most people don't know this because they didn't play BO3's campaign, but since I have the Platinum Trophy for BO3, I was forced to go play through the campaign multiple times, and so many assets from this map are from the campaign. The atmosphere is great on this map, but the gameplay is below average. I'm sorry Lex, but this is where Garage belongs. Okay, so I like every map from this point forward, which coincidentally is the halfway point for this list. But coming in at the number 25 spot is 5. Let me just say, 5 is great. From fighting zombies in the Pentagon to having the first ever boss zombie, 5 is a really good map. I really like the DEFCON system, and Pack-a-Punch is in a great location. The bonfire cell drop is amazing, and just a side note, BO4 would have benefited so much from having the bonfire cell just in a normal drop rotation. One of the best and one of the worst things about this map, depending on how you like to play zombies, is how small and crammed this map is. I really like how hectic this map can be at times. However, this map was made for the skilled player, and whenever this map first released, that was pretty much unheard of. Also, the Winter's Hell on this map is garbage. One last thing, just don't shoot the pig, just don't. Next up is Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Contrary to popular belief, I think this map's actually really fun. It nails the 50s theme to a T, and the layout is really good, although it's a little too big for most people's liking. But the Wonder Weapon is powerful and pretty much has infinite ammo, since you can refill your ammo with the crock pods here on the map. Alright, so let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? That being the Easter egg. Most people hate this Easter egg, but honestly, I don't find it to be too bad. I know this is a little hypocritical because I just slammed Garage Crovy for having this exact same problem, but for some reason it doesn't really bother me on this map. So in case you've never done this Easter egg, basically what you have to do is you have to go around the map, grab like 15 parts, which isn't that bad. You can grab every single part that you need when you're first unlocking the map at the beginning of the game. They're not locked behind Easter egg steps. Then you do a couple things, you get the garage key from shooting the zombie and spawn. Then we have what many people consider the worst Easter egg step ever, which is, of course, the chemistry step. Trust me, I'm not saying this is a good Easter egg step. It shouldn't be in the game. But like I said, I don't have a big problem with it. I don't find it to be that annoying. But then you have the boss fight. Now, the boss fight's actually pretty fun. Of course it makes zero sense whatsoever, but that's what you get with an IW map. But regardless, overall, it's a pretty good map. Going from one DLC 3 to another, next up, we have Shangri-La. Now if Zombies Chronicles wasn't a thing, this map would probably be a lot lower than this. But I just love the Chronicles version. The baby gun is amazing, and I'd say it's the second best wonder weapon, behind of course, the one, the only, Apothicon Servant. I also like how you can bait the napalm zombie to blow up, and you can use his fire as a trap. And you can use his fire as a trap to kill zombies. I don't really know why, but I like this Easter egg. By Jimmy Zielinski standards, it's a really good Easter egg. It's not the best one he's made, of course. We'll get to that one eventually. But man, where do I begin with the skybox on this map? This skybox is beautiful. It is beautiful. The monkeys are really the only annoying part about this map, but I see why people like them. Since you can manipulate any drop into either a perk or a max ammo, they're definitely good additions, but I just find them to be a little annoying. Rooked is up next, and I just love how creepy this map is, especially in the Water War version. If you haven't played the Water War version of Rooked in a while, go hop on Water War and play Rooked, turn up your headset on max volume, and just listen to all the creepy ass noises. Speaking of the Water War version, the Rooked runners are very annoying. But thankfully they got rid of them in the Black Ops 3 version. Speaking of which, the Black Ops 3 version is so much fun. Playing Rooked with broken gobblegums is one of the funnest things to do in zombies, trust me. Now this map has a couple good camping spots, but it really only has one good training spot. I don't really care for Rooked in BO1, mainly because of the Winter's Howl, but also because it's on Black Ops 1 and I hate Black Ops 1. This may surprise some people with its ranking, but next up we have Groston House from World War II Zombies. I can't really say why I like this map so much. It just checks all the boxes for me for a good survival map. There being a pack-a-punch side quest to having perks all inside one little house, it's just super fun. But I think the Wooslings are a good addition to this map. It helps keep the gameplay feel fresh instead of just kill zombies that aren't really a threat. And on top of that you have the round 50 Brenner, which I don't know for sure or not, but I'm gonna take it as a little joke on the round 50 Hitler boss. I've said this before in my Hot Take series. By the way, if you haven't seen that, I'll put a card on the screen right now. Make sure you go watch that after this video so you can go see how bad my opinions are. Back to my point, this map is miles better than Knocked, and overall it's one of the best, if not the best survival map where the only thing to do is kill zombies. Next up we have Raven or Redwoods. Rave is a decent map. Like I said, it's a makeshift Horizon Jack. Of course, what's wrong with that? That means it's a good map after all. 3 of the bows are really fun to use, and the Smiley pre-patch was so crazy. And don't get me started on Rave mode, dude. Rave mode is so amazing. I love Rave mode. I fucking love Rave mode. If I could play on Rave mode the whole game, this map would be higher. I love Rave mode that much. Weird transition, but the Easter egg is not good at all. You have to do 3 challenges, kill 3 slashers, and hit a button below spawn, and you're in the boss fight. Even the Raven and Redwoods boss fight shares some things with the Horizon Jack's boss fight. For example, the fire attack where you have to get behind cover in Rave, and the electric attack from the Keeper in Horizon Jack, where also you have to get behind cover. This map is really good, but it gets held back because of the Easter egg and the Rave mode slasher. Coming in next we have Dead of the Night. Now Dead of the Night was a map that I really did not enjoy at launch, but it's grown on me a decent amount. I didn't really care to play it because it was obvious that both Treyarch and Activision did not care about this map, but like I said, it's a pretty good map. The good things about this map consists of the Wonder Weapon, the aesthetics, and all the side quests. However, this map has way too many part locations to memorize. The Easter egg isn't fun to do, and this cast is my least favorite cast in Zombies history. Besides Godfrey, of course, Godfrey the GOAT. This map's time rounds are super fun, not only because of the Wonder Weapon, but also because of Silver Bullets. Now in case you don't know what Silver Bullets does, it basically gives you infinite ammo for any weapon as long as you have the points to keep refilling your ammo. But if you've never played this map, you should really give it a try. It's actually really fun. Speaking of really solid maps, the next map is the Frontal Reich. Being the on-disc map for World War II Zombies, it had the job to show players what Cameron Dayton and his team were capable of. And I think it did really good. Really, the only things I don't like about this map are the Reaper Wonder Weapon variant of the Tesla gun, the Zeppelin step on the Easter egg, and speaking of the Easter egg, the fact that the Easter egg got solved before the game even came out, which really left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. But the last part isn't really their fault, so I'll let it slide. The next map on this list is Revelation. This is the map that started all the recycled maps that we're still getting to this day, mind you. But it's not that bad. I love how our fan favorite maps are changed just enough to make the gameplay feel fresh and replayable. The atmosphere and aesthetics for this map are also beautiful. You're going to hear me say that a lot from this point on in the video. And I like the fact that we got the return of the Apothicon Servant and the Thunder Gun. Now let's talk about why most people hate this map. The Easter egg. This Easter egg makes no sense at all, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of enjoyable. I'll take a map with a fun Easter egg that makes no sense like this map over a map with a bad Easter egg that does make sense like Rock Crovy. But this Easter egg is far from perfect. There's so many glitches in this Easter egg that it makes BO4's launch seem stable. The boss fight isn't good, it's just a recycled Chatterman boss fight. I think if they saved boss fight 1 for the end of the Easter egg, instead of having it for just getting the summoning key and leaving, you should grab the summoning key and place it in all 4 of the beast pedestals around the arena. You charge it up with souls in each pedestal, and then the Shadowman shows up, then you have a good new boss fight with him. This is a bad transition, but I think high rounds on this map can be pretty fun, but they can get really boring if you just sit in a corner with the upgraded wonder weapons. But this map gets way too much hate. Speaking of which, another map people won't understand why it's so high up, Blood of the Dead is next. I really like Blood of the Dead. I know most people strongly dislike this map, but I think it's underrated. The map is fun and I love the side Easter egg rewards, and the Easter egg overall isn't that bad. People say it's a garbage mess, but I actually think it's pretty fun. Maybe it's because I've completed this Easter egg like 25 times and I used to speedrun it. This Easter egg isn't all that bad really. Yeah, the shield blasts are annoying, don't get me wrong, but they're not that big of a deal. This map does storytelling perfectly. What a great map for the story. I'm gonna say this right here and right now, this is the best map of all time in terms of the story, and it will never be topped. The only things I don't like about this map are the fast travel locations and the middle finger that this map gives to Mob of the Dead. What I mean by that is, the best things about Mob of the Dead got severely nerfed in Blood. For example, the Asagat, the Hell's Retriever, the Hell's Redeemer, etc. I'm sure there's more things, but that's the only ones I can think of right now. Yes, it would have been cool to have the Golden Gate Bridge, but it's not that big of a deal. It's a missed opportunity, but it wasn't needed. Plus, I don't think Black Ops 4's engine could have handled the Golden Gate Bridge on top of Blood of the Dead size. Buried is next, and I used to really dislike this map, but it's grown on me a lot. Buried's a fairly good map, and without a doubt, it's by far the best Victus map. I love the idea of Leroy, although he is extremely buggy. Vulture is one of my all-time favorite perks, and it's a damn shame we've never seen it in a Zombies map since, and no, that Zombie Shell perk from BO4 doesn't count. The only things I don't really like about this map are the witches and the Easter egg. Of course, it's a bad Easter egg, it's a BO2 Zelensky map. But don't get me wrong, this is still a good map, it just doesn't hold up to the other maps above it. Coming in next, we have yet another very unpopular ranking. Up next is Voyage of Despair. Voyage is a good map. Yes, I said it. Voyage is a good map. I love the atmosphere on this map, and if that's one thing that Chaos has done consistently well as a whole, it's the atmosphere. They've nailed every single map's atmosphere. The Easter egg is really fun, besides the clock step. Fuck that step. People complain and say things like, why are we shooting planets, or why is the boss fight a giant eyeball? As far as the planet step goes, I can't really change your mind on that. I just find it to be quite fun. But as far as the Eye of Odin boss fight goes, just stop, dude. This boss fight is amazing. This is by far the best boss fight that Treyarch has made to date. Another thing I like about this map is the layout. People always say things like, the rooms are so small. Well, no shit, it's the Titanic. What did you expect? The Kraken is a super dope wonder weapon. I love the Kraken. Although I don't understand why we had to have elemental wonder weapon variants, but I'll still take it. The last thing I have to say about this map is high rounds are so fun. There are multiple really good camping spots as well as multiple good training spots. If you don't like this map, I can kind of understand why, but I think this is one of the most, if not the most underrated map in Zombies history. Well, now that I lost half of the people watching this, let's finish with the rest of the list, shall we? Coming in next, we have The Giant. This map brings me so much nostalgia, man. I have so many good times on this map, but that's not why it's ranked so high. They did such a good job with this remaster. The snow looks good, playing as Primus with the Wonder Wasp is so nice. The Fly Trap, 6 perk, and Icarus Easter eggs are also really good additions to the map. It helps the map not feel bland. Speaking of keeping the gameplay feeling fresh, I also like how they randomized the perks. I think that added more replayability to this map, so you don't know where Juggernog is every game just because you played Darius at that time 6 years ago. And I do not care what anybody says, the beauty of Annihilation Remix is amazing. Not only does it fit the map perfectly, but the interesting new take on a song is so refreshing. Okay, so brace yourself, I may be overanalyzing this a little bit, but I think the songs represent our crews perfectly. The original version of this song was so good, and it was really only about just killing zombies and feeling like a badass, much like how Ultimus is. However, the remix on The Giant with the softer vocals and the softer beat, and the removal of the screamo, it makes Primus feel more down to earth. Now that I look back at it, this song represents our crew's deep and depressing story in Black Ops 3 Zombies. I'm 1000% reading too deep into that, but I'm just taking my theory and sticking with it. Call of the Dead is next, and I said this at the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna say it again. This map is great. I love this map. This map has a stupid yet fun Easter egg. We also have a very special cast of Sarah Michelle Gellar, Michael Rooker, Danny Trejo, and Robert Englund. For the most part, I love maps with special casts, so this is so nice. I like George, although he can be super annoying at times. Rest in peace, by the way. I like how he's a constant threat on this map, but it does suck that he has 250,000 health per player in the game. But you can get a perkaholic from him from killing him over and over again. The only thing I don't like about this map is how hard high rounds are. To this day, no one has yet to reach round 100 in a solo game legitimately. That's because the two wonder weapons suck. The scavenger drops off around round 40, and the VR11 is pretty much useless on solo. Next up is a fan favorite in BO2, and that is Town. Now Town is really different from the other survival maps on Transit. This map actually has perks and Pack-a-Punch, but unlike Farm, which has perks, this map is actually fun. I remember when I was horrible at zombies, I used to camp the double tap corner with the hammer and the RPD, and being so happy that I got to round 20. Hell, to this day I still do that whenever I play this map. But training with the Mark II and the Mustang and Sally's is really fun as well. Plus grief mode makes this map even more fun and replayable than it already is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the top 10. This is where stuff gets very, very interesting. Coming in at the number 10 spot, barely cracking the top 10, this is Der Riese. Without a doubt, the best survival map we have ever gotten in zombies. I think it's safe to say that if this map didn't come out, we probably wouldn't be here right now. This map introduced key things like Pack-a-Punch and Easter eggs. This map pretty much has it all. Der Riese in World at War is so much fun. Camping with my friends on a catwalk is so fun. Like I said with The Giant, Beauty of Annihilation is an amazing song, and playing the song while killing zombies is one of the most satisfying things to do in zombies. If you've somehow never played Der Riese, please go play it, you won't regret it. Coming into the number 9 spot, we have Alpha Omega. A lot of people strongly dislike this map, but I think it's the best Ether map in BO4, and the second best map in BO4 overall. A remake of Nuketown was desperately needed after only having the multiplayer map in zombies. But this map made Nuketown so much better. The Easter egg is fun for the most part, and the boss fight is cool, although it's very underwhelming. The Elemental Mark IIs are so fun to use, and they're surprisingly fun to upgrade as well. If you told me a couple years ago that I'd be able to use an infinite ammo ray gun Mark II or a dual wield ray gun Mark II, I would lose my mind. This is more a BO4 problem than anything, but I can't stand that the Mark IIs have no kickback. One of my favorite things to do in zombies is just fly around the map with the Mark II or the Boomhilda, but I can't do it in this map and it just tilts me. I like how you have to do an Easter egg step to unlock the traps as well. That's a really cool step. And as annoying as it is as a whole, the number pad combinations are really, really cool. Next up is Zetsubou no Shima. This map gets hated on to this day, and I just don't see why. Sure, it's a big map with a lot of doors and a below average Easter egg, but that doesn't make it a bad map. The visuals are amazing and the wonder weapons are super fun to use. The KT-4 is one of my favorite wonder weapons ever, and Scotland and Sopway is one of the most broken things in zombies, and I love it. The plant system is amazing, from getting free perks to holding a zombie at the end of the round to a plant that's who's who and a time bomb mixed into one. It's a great system. I think the Thrashers dragged this map down so much. It's a really good map. Also, this map delivers on its side Easter eggs, from the golden bucket to the friendly Thrasher to half price perks to the spider bait, etc. This map delivers on its side Easter eggs. Honestly, I think this map would have been so much better received if it wasn't following Duracendrack. Coming into the number 7 spot is Zombies in Spaceland. If you don't think that this map is top 10, then you are lying to yourself. This map is amazing, dude. The atmosphere is great, and I love the cheesy graphics. This map has so many things to do, like the Ghosts and Skulls machine, the roller coaster, the arcade machines, the ticket booths in general, and the Exquisite. This map also has a really cool trap system. You have to craft your trap of choice for each use, which does sound annoying, but it's somehow really fun to do. You need 3 coins, but the coins drop so often that by the time you need another one, you'll probably already have another one crafted. The boss fight is also really nice, with the Simon Says, then the Clown Step, then the final showdown with the aliens. However, I do wish there was an extra step in between every SETICOM step, but that's just a nitpick. Don't even get me started on the wonder weapons. The Shredder, the Discord, the Head Cutter, and the Face Melter wonder weapons are some of the most fun wonder weapons that we have ever had in zombies. The upgrade quests are actually really fun to do as well. Plus, we have the Hoff in this map. That alone just puts it in the top 10. If you've never played this map because you didn't get IW or because the YouTubers didn't play it, please go play it. This map is too good to pass up. It's worth your time. Okay, so these next 6 maps I absolutely love. So coming into the number 6 spot is Moon. Area 51 is such a cool addition. I really wish that they would do this again somehow. The map flow is really good, and the atmosphere and the vibe this map gives off is amazing. I still don't like playing BO1 Moon to this day because of how creepy it is. High rounds are super fun to do, and the Easter egg is really good. Although the box RNG can be super annoying. I wish you could do a side Easter egg to get some of the things you need from the box for this Easter egg. Speaking of better experience, this map would be so much better if the astronaut didn't take a perk when he grabbed you. Also, the excavators can be really annoying to deal with, and also, who thought it was a good idea to make the Widow's Wine grenades explode the windows? I really love that perk, and I feel like I can't even use it on this map because I'm going to be penalized for using it. But this is a top tier map with great gameplay and a really good story behind it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the top 5. These are the 5 best maps in Zombies history, in my opinion. So coming into the number 5 spot is Mob of the Dead. This map is amazing. As always, the atmosphere is great. I feel like I'm already saying that, but it's true. It's taking place on Alcatraz Island with the sea trapping you on the island with zombies. This map just does the spooky theme perfectly. The Warden is really good on this map, unlike on Blood. The Afterlife system is great, and I love how it works. I will say though, I really like the Pack-a-Punch setup, although I don't think you should have to refill the plane by traveling all around the map every single time you want to Pack-a-Punch. I do also think this Easter egg could be a little bit longer, just like 1 or 2 extra steps at the most, but it's still a really good Easter egg for what it is. Overall, that's just a little nitpick. The Blundergat and all its variants are really good and super satisfying to use. The Hell's Retriever and the Hell's Redeemer are also really cool to obtain, upgrade, and use. I also like how they did away with Quick Revive, but they did it right. Take notes, Black Ops 4. I'm sorry if this is all over the place, but I just say things at random, and in case you can't tell, I really like this map. Coming into the number 4 spot is Ancient Evil, one of the best maps of all time, and in a lot of people's eyes, the best map of all time. I think it's an amazing map. The wonder weapons are fun as hell to use, and they're fun to upgrade as well. The high rounds are super fun to do since there are multiple good training and camping locations, and the wonder weapons complement that perfectly, because they're equally good since one is better than the rest in certain situations. One wonder weapon isn't just better than all of them, like the Ice Staff or the Lightning Bow. The Easter egg is easily one of the best ever made, and the reward system is the best we've ever had. The only things I don't like about this map are the raw step on Solo and the Giga-Knees. I don't know what's more of a bullet sponge, the Giga-Knees or the Mammoths from the Beast from Beyond. The only way to kill it effectively is by spamming shield shots at its head, but other than that, this map is perfect. And I'll tell you, it's a shame that we'll never know what happened after this map. Now we are in the top 3 maps, and these 3 maps are damn near perfect if you ask me. Although the rankings may surprise some people. So coming in at the number 3 spot, getting the bronze medal, is Der Eisendrache. Der Eisendrache is what one would call an instant classic. This map alone made BO3 the most popular zombies game ever, and saying that this is a good map is a hell of an understatement. This is such a great map. The atmosphere, as always, is amazing. The bows are my favorite elemental wonder weapons ever. The Easter egg is the best we've ever gotten, and high rounds are extremely fun and extremely replayable. Death Ray is a really cool trap, and the Pack-a-Punch camos are amazing. I also really like how they brought the Panzer back, and he fits this map perfectly. I also love the Wonder Sphere. They again fit this map perfectly. Story for Der Eisendrache is great too. The ending cutscene still gets me to this day. I love Der Eisendrache. But why is it number 3 then, I hear you ask? Well, the other 2 maps I love just a little bit more than Der Eisendrache. Coming into the number 2 spot, we have Origins. Origins used to be my favorite map of all time, but it's not anymore for a couple reasons, but this map is still amazing. I love the setting of the battlefield that is Origins. The layout is perfect, the staffs are super fun to use, and after all these years, I still have fun building and upgrading each and every one of them. Robots are a great addition to this map, and the Easter egg is really good. I love the golden shovel and the golden helmet idea, as well as red dick spots to get a free perkaholic. The new and returning weapons the BO2 version brought to this map fit it perfectly. Weapons like the Scar H, the Scorpion Evo, the Mauser C96, the MG08, the MP40, and more. This map also introduced the Wonder Fizz machine. The tank is also really cool. High rounds are also really fun to do on this map. It just sucks that you can't use all the staffs. You can only use the Ice Staff and the Wind Staff. The Fire and the Lightning Staff stopped dropping off in around the 60s. Sorry if it just seems like I'm rambling, but I love these maps so much that there's really nothing bad about them, so all I can do is just praise them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming in to the number 1 spot, the best zombies map of all time is Shadows of Evil. This is the definition of the perfect zombies map. The special cast is really good and it's the best we've ever gotten, and they play a big role into the story. The setup on this map is fun and always will be fun, and it tells the story of how we got here in the first place. This map also introduces the Apothicons, the Keepers, and the Shadow Man, all of which are really good additions to the storyline. The Apothicon and the Keeper swords are so fun to use, and the Apothicon Servant is my favorite wonder weapon ever in zombies. Every single enemy on this map is a good addition to this map, and the enemies don't bombard you on this map like they do on other maps. The new perk jingles and icons are top notch as well. High rounds are amazingly fun to do on this map, and the Pack-a-Punch camo is amazing. The Civil Protector is a great addition to this map as well, and the Bloodhound and the Bootlegger are some of my favorite weapons ever. Speaking of favorite ever, the aesthetics, the atmosphere, the music, and the overall vibe that this map gives off is so perfect. I am such a sucker for the jazz theme and style of this map. And this map added the one, the only, Widow's Wine. The coolest perk in Zombies history made its debut on this map. The Beast mode is really fun to use and it fits into this map perfectly. I cannot say enough good things about this map. If it wasn't for this map, I wouldn't be making this video right now, I would not be uploading content to YouTube right now, and I probably wouldn't be playing video games at all if it wasn't for this map. This is a perfect zombies map. This is the best map we've ever gotten and the best map we will ever get. But Cold War Zombies, if you want to change my mind, by all means take your best shot. Jason Blundell and Treyarch, if you somehow see this, thank you so much for making this fantastic piece of art. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have somehow made it this far, let me know down below in the comments. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy, do me a huge favor and drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We are going to be pumping out content like crazy whenever Cold War drops and have a bunch of very good and very innovative ideas. It turns out that over 93% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button. This is also a really important video for me. Not only because it's my longest video ever, but it's my last video I'll be making until I have upgraded my PC. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and with that being said, this is Jolt, signing out. Peace!